Welcome back to Tucker Carlson. Tonight, we're continuing our coverage of the breaking news this evening. The president's firing just minutes ago of Acting Attorney General Sally Yates of Georgia. She's a holdover from the Obama administration. We're joined once again by Stephen Miller. He's a senior advisor to the president, very much in the thick of things at the White House. So Dana Bente is the replacement. Mr. Dana Bente is the new Acting Attorney General of the United States. Has the administration confirmed that he will defend the president's executive orders?
I have no doubt about that fact. And I guarantee you that up and down the Department of Justice, you'll find honorable careers and honorable Senate-confirmed appointees who are indeed fully committed to the Constitution. It can't be stated strongly enough how reckless, irresponsible, and improper the behavior was of the Acting Attorney General, Sally Yates, in refusing to defend the president's order. In refusing to defend that order, they were refusing to defend the lawful powers of the president that are necessary, that any president would need to use in the future and that many have used in the past to protect this country's borders.
So you believe there is no debate at all about the legality of the president's orders?
No. And to put it bluntly, no citizen of a foreign land seeking entry into this country has a constitutional right to demand entry. Could you imagine what would happen if any court in this land conferred onto a foreign national a constitutional right to entrance into America and all the benefits that provides? That would mean that every single person denied a visa today, tomorrow, a year from now, would file a claim for injury because they were denied the benefits of living in America, whether it be the tax benefits, the employment benefits, the welfare benefits, the entitlement benefits, and they could sue for damages for all the benefits they lost because they couldn't come to America.
Right.
We would be getting sued forever by everyone, everywhere. So when you turn on the TV and you hear Senator Schumer or you hear Senator Warren suggesting this is a constitutional deprivation for foreign nationals in foreign countries, understand that is the implication of what they're saying.
To note correctly that no foreign national has a right to enter America and enjoy its benefits is not the same as saying the president has a unilateral right to bar entry from entire countries. You believe he has that right?
Well, they are the same power. And again, no court could ever compel a president to stamp approved on a visa application from a foreign country, right, when that person is, in the view of the administration, a security threat. Okay. But the Immigration and Nationality Act in 1952 expressly vests the president with the power to bar any entry that he believes to be against the interests of America's national security.
So very quickly, in the 30 seconds we have left before we go to a hard break, do you fear outbreaks of this same sort of thing in other agencies? So the Acting Attorney General just says, no, I'm not doing it. Do you fear that happening, I don't know, at State, Pentagon, other places?
I don't right now, but I also think this is why it's important to get the Senate confirmation process moving forward. And we'll have a fabulous Attorney General and Senator Jeff Sessions. And the last thought, if I could squeeze it in here, is that the real victims when it comes to immigration are the thousands of Americans who've been permanently separated from the ones they love because we didn't enforce our laws.
Stephen Miller. More live coverage. This is a Fox News alert. Not long ago, President Trump fired Acting Attorney General Sally Yates. She was a holdover from the Obama administration, and she refused to enforce his new immigration order. In her place, he has promoted Dana Bente of Virginia. One of the men at the center of this contentious immigration order is Stephen Miller, senior advisor to the president. According to some news sources, he is the very center of all this. He's here to tell us where exactly he stands at the White House. Stephen, great to see you.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So I first got to ask you about the news. When did this happen? What does it mean? And tell us about the replacement.
Right, so tonight we found out that an Obama appointee who was confirmed in 2015 was refusing to enforce the president's immigration order, defend the president's immigration order, and thus refusing to defend the Constitution and refusing to defend the country. It was a betrayal of her office, and she's being replaced with somebody who will enforce the laws of the United States.
Is that person Senate confirmed?
No, it'll be an acting position.
It was my understanding, and I, of course, could be wrong, have been before, but that in order to sign certain warrants, wiretapping warrants, for example, federal warrants, you need to have someone at the Justice Department with a Senate confirmation. Is that true, do you think?
Well, there are many layers of people at the Justice Department who've been Senate confirmed. Okay. So there's plenty of leadership there who's been Senate confirmed. But and obviously Jeff Sessions will be there very soon as well. Right. And we'll all look forward to that very much.
So this does break precedent. I mean, I can't remember the last time anything like this happened. Doesn't mean it shouldn't happen, but it's not a common thing anyway. And
well,
critics are going to say, well, wait a second. You know, if you get in the way, a Justice Department official gets in the way of what the president wants, gets canned, they're going to start invoking Nixon immediately.
What's unprecedented here is that the Justice Department would refuse to defend a lawful federal order for political reasons. That is dangerous to our constitutional system.
Right.
When somebody sues the government of the United States for doing its duty, the Justice Department is defending the taxpayers of the United States and defending the Constitution of the United States. Refusing to do that is, again, it's a betrayal of the office, and it is unconscionable to do so. And as you well know, Tucker, during the Obama administration, order after order after order was issued that violated immigration law, that repealed immigration law, that pulled immigration law apart. And throughout all of that, the Obama Justice Department stood by and supported those unlawful actions. President Trump comes in and directs the agencies to follow the law as written and to protect the country, and the acting attorney general, an Obama appointee, says, I'm not going to do it.
Are you confident the new acting attorney general will defend the president's executive order?
I am. And as you understand, the core power of the federal government on immigration is its right to deny entry to any alien at any time if it believes that to be in the national interest and national security interests of the United States.
Now, you have been identified in the media over the, well, you've got an awful lot of press coverage in the last couple of days, and you've been identified.
Almost all of it glowing.
I would say none of it glowing. but all of it flattering in the sense that you have been given credit, really, for as the driving force behind these executive orders. Tonight, New York Magazine had a piece, and I'm reading the title, What is Stephen Miller's Job Anyway? So what is your job anyway? Were you behind the executive orders?
I get a lot more credit than I deserve. The immigration orders were drafted by a team of some of the most qualified, talented lawyers in the United States of America. I had the privilege, among many other staff at the White House, of being involved in the review process. But the review process also included the Office of Legal Counsel and the Justice Department. And many of those people who are careers, and presumably many of them who didn't support President Trump, and they cleared it and approved it as fully legal. So many people were involved in it, but I am proud to have the opportunity tonight to stand up for President Trump's order and to defend that order as lawful, necessary, and important. And as you understand, the United States admits 80 million people a year as visitors into our country. The idea that we couldn't exercise even a small amount of restriction to protect our country from people that we can't properly screen, that's the most basic exercise of federal authority.
Should these orders apply to green card holders?
Well, they actually do not restrict green card holders from returning to the country. The United States, if it wants to, can bar anyone from entering the country who is a non-citizen if it threatens the security of the United States, if there's cause for doing so. But in this case, green card holders have already been waved through and are continuing to be waved through.
Okay, so there's no restriction on green card holders at all.